What we're going to go over today is ways that you can remember a lot of things that you're learning. Now, if you remember on Saturday, we went through the memory skill mill where we literally looked at 20 different things on a grocery list. And we looked at how can we remember that. And most people said, if I might be able to remember 7 out of 10 things. Well, my goal is for you on Saturday to be able to remember all 20 things on your list. Now, hopefully you wrote them down. I never did write them down. But I can tell you that I know that we had strawberries, okay? We had bananas, we had cucumbers, we had avocados, broccoli, brown rice, toilet paper, pickles, serrano peppers, cereal, garlic, grapefruits, toothpicks, spaghetti, soy milk, kidney beans, tiramisu, lettuce, cilantro, and sweet potatoes. So how do I remember that? And it's funny because we just had a scavenger hunt with our family today. We were going to go skiing, but we decided to just spend time together, and we went to the mall and we had a list of about 30 different things and several other things we wanted to do. And I looked at the list for literally just about 3-4 minutes and was able to remember everything on the list as we went through the process. So I'm not any different than you, but this process is really easy to remember if you just link memory to things that you already, thing you want to learn with something you already have a familiarity with. So what I used for the grocery list was what's called the loci method. The loci method, or going home method, is linking something in a spatial position and visualizing what the list was. So here's what I did. The loci method, there's 5 different aspects that you create in each spatial place. So the first 5 is from me going to my home. So the first position is inside my car. I've got to get in my car, so when I got in my car there were a bunch of strawberries everywhere. So the second position is actually driving down on the road, out of my driveway. So on the road, the next thing along this journey home were banana peels and bananas everywhere. As I pull up into the driveway, it's lined with cucumbers. Now I look over on my grass, and there's avocados, guacamole everywhere. So as I just go up to the front door, there's a bunch of broccoli that just everywhere, there's broccoli on the ground. So that's the first 5 stations that I put into checkpoints along the way. The second 5 was once I walked into my kitchen. So on my kitchen table was brown rice. Next to that, kitchen sink, there was toilet paper. And I just visualized a bunch of toilet paper stacked up. Inside, I love pickles, so they were refrigerated. The pickles were in the fridge. In the oven were serrano peppers, and they're hot, so they were in the oven. On the stove was cereal, and I just visualized a big box of cereal there. Now the next room I went into, 5 things we chose also, 5 different places you can point and just kind of go around the room, was on my couch. And on my couch was a bunch of garlic, and I imagined myself eating garlic and having bad breath. The love seat next to it, there were a bunch of grapefruits. On the television, which is just to the left of that, were pictures of just toothpicks. I'm like, why are there a bunch of toothpicks on my television? Next to that was the fireplace. And spaghetti noodles. Rather than logs, there were a bunch of spaghetti noodles that were burning up in there. Next to that is our dog kennel. And there was soy milk all over the bottom of the kennel. So I remembered all 5 of those things in the living room. Then I went to the bathroom. And I looked in the bathtub were kidney beans. Just it was full to the very top of kidney beans. Then we went to the actual toilet, and it was tiramisu. In the cupboard next to that I opened it up, and rather than towels was a bunch of lettuce. The 2 sinks, cilantro was next to that, close to the lettuce, and then the other sink were sweet potatoes. So that's how I remembered chunking into 5 different things into spatial areas. Now I've been up to 85 different things just by going around the house to different rooms and just literally walking through like this virtual walkway and seeing all these different things. It's amazing how that works, and you create this visual picture, and the more you start to visualize it, and when you can smell the strawberries or feel the kidney beans or hear like the crackling of the spaghetti, it actually increases the memory. But you just have to visualize these things in these 5 areas. So you could literally look at your list and go, okay, in my car, on the street, in the driveway, on the grass, at my front door. You could look at things in your kitchen, things in your living room, and things in your bathroom, and I bet you'll be able to remember that list. So try this week and see if you're able to actually remember It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I've been using this for many, many years through chiropractic college, memorization. This has been around for thousands of years. Aristotle was the person that taught a person how to create a visual link with something you're already very familiar with. So all the things that you're learning this week, when you create some sort of visual process, see yourself, all these things happening, all yourself doing these things, and link it with something that you're already familiar with, it becomes second nature. Just like the labyrinth or the rock talk or all the things that we'll actually be going through over the week. Great having you as a campmate this week. Hopefully this sheds some light onto something that looks pretty magical, but it's the more you do it, it's pretty simple. And I want your memory to become stronger. And the more you do this, the more it sharpens your brain. And it becomes a game. You can just start to make a list and throughout the day try and remember it, and then do the next day. And I've actually been able to go over a 10-day period and remember every one of those lists every single day just by a different spatial place. So have an awesome day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.